Rachel Dolezal. On behalf of those who are still somehow trying to understand, I too have struggled with identity. Immersed in love for those I spent childhood comforted by, in company of, in circles of safety as one with different colored skin, this love extends from earliest memories to the heart of my offspring. Before mixed-race relationships held place in common conversation, Uncle Yemi came to Canada with his sister Bemi. In the west end of the megacity, currently known as the Six, Etobicoke was a suburb of mixed citizenry, and I was always blessed to be immersed in its diversity. Auntie Bemi regaled us with tales of African kings from her childhood in Nigeria. We loved her stories, and one day requested she dress us up to meet the criteria. I cannot show you this photo, for fear that too many will not understand. Instead, I keep it a secret. This image of two little boys in bliss, wrapped in towels like Agbada chunky wooden necklaces, this color photograph from the early 80s, somewhere in the west end of Toronto, a 5-year-old white boy sits in the sun beside his brown counterpart as brothers. Innocent as fairy tales of forest magic, clothed as kings from a forgotten empire, framed in love from their remembering daughter, with his face painted to match the dark beads circling it. My first and last act of blackface. She said we wanted to be African kings. Now it makes sense that my favorite comic was the Black Panther as a kid, how the family cat ended up named T'Challa. Her early years being raised by strong black women with solid minds and sturdy hearts has always played a part in my identity crises, the side of me you cannot see. How they called me Wigger when we moved to an all-white suburb. My first real culture shock. I'd never seen so many wasps in one place. How I gravitated towards the only black boy I found on the first day of grade 8. His hesitant glance only now speaks volumes as loudly as if he had shouted at me, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And Desai would probably still tell you that back then I must have thought I was black. How many years did this particular point of confusion take to unpack? I'm unpacking it now as I speak. Laying what I found in my own baggage at your feet, I understand identity crisis. I do not understand what made you think attempting to pass for black would be a benefit to the struggle. I do not understand how you got to be an adult and didn't have anyone in your trusted circle burst that bubble. Privilege is a gift if you use it, an anchor if you try to avoid it, but damn it, Rachel, what part of your love for your black family made you want to exploit it? I know you wouldn't trade today with Santa Bland. I know you weren't just dressing up for fun. I know you don't want to trade places with a black woman when she's staring down the barrel of a gun or in the face of a Texas officer, and today so many innocent black lives are still dead, and though I know my aunt loves me, I will never wear blackface again, and I challenge you to do the same. Rachel, this racial game of appropriation is nothing to pretend.